Hi and welcome to CertiKit. In this video I'm going to talk about section 4 of the ISO 27001 standard, which is context of the organization. This section has 4 subsections covering the organization and its context, interested parties, scope of the ISMS, and the ISMS itself. The first of these requires the organization to identify relevant external and internal issues, which, let's face it, is pretty vague, so let me try to shed some light on this for you. This is really asking what's going on within and outside of your organization that could have an impact on what you're trying to do in terms of information security. Because ISO standards are designed to apply to organizations of all types and sizes, in all industries, in all countries, this is where it asks you to get more specific about this particular implementation. For example, the internal and external issues that could affect a small insurance company in the UK are likely to be very different to those that could affect a large biochemical company in Mexico, which again are very different to those of a medium-sized government department in Japan. So internal factors such as what the organization does, how many people it has, what the culture is, how long it has been established, its structure, etc., will be relevant to the objectives it sets, the risks it identifies, its risk appetite, and what it has to lose. Similarly, external factors such as the political situation, the economy, degree of security and environmental issues like wildfires or earthquakes will guide the way in which the ISMS is put in place. The second subsection is about understanding the needs and expectations of interested parties. The first step in meeting this requirement is to define who the interested parties of the ISMS could be. Another term that's often used here is stakeholder, and this perhaps gives more of a clue as to what we're talking about. Who has a stake in the success of the ISMS, and in a wider context, the organization as a whole? Who is affected by what the organization does or doesn't do? If there's a data breach, who will feel the impact of this? The toolkit document, Information Security Context Requirements and Scope, gives an initial list of who might be included as your interested parties, but there may be more or less depending on your circumstances. Once identified, it's a case of thinking about what the nature of their interest is. How would they define success in information security terms? A high share price? Continued employment? Not having their personal data spread across the internet? Having done some thinking about what the internal and external issues are, and how the interested parties could be affected, this may help in deciding what the most appropriate scope is for the ISMS, and that's what the next subsection covers. We cover scope in another video, so for now all I'll say is that it's worth taking some time early on to think this through. Lastly, the fourth subsection basically says that you'll put an ISMS in place, which to be honest seems a little redundant, but there it is. Okay, that's all for section 4, context of the organization. Thanks for watching.